Well, good afternoon. Thought I'd take a few minutes here and make another low budget video regarding this wheat crop we have in the field. I'm standing today in a field of 25R40 just outside of Shakespeare. On my right, this was planted September 22nd. On my left, this was planted October 19th. The exact same field, just different planting dates based on crops that were within the field last year. What you might not see from the camera is a whole lot of plants on my left, but there is actually quite a few that have poked out of the ground, either last fall or early this spring. And what I want to give you guys a pointer on is, if you're coming out to wonder how your wheat field looks, when you come out and you see this, you're looking for around 7 plants emerged out of the ground per foot of row. It's still too early to tell if they're going to make it. There's a lot of frost that can heave them up and down out of the ground, possibly some ice and everything else that can happen from now until spring. But what you're looking for is the 7 plants per foot of row. That will give you 90% yield potential. That's 90% yield potential of the crop that's planted. Fertility, basically, depending on the planting date, is going to determine on what you can achieve. The crop on my right, it's off to a great start, not really a concern. So if you guys are looking for an opinion on your wheat crop, I'd actually suggest using satellite imagery. The satellite imagery, you can put a boundary in, label this as a wheat field, and it'll give you this field as a percentage low, medium, and high health acreage. I actually have this field enrolled in satellite imagery, and you can see when I link it into the video here, the area that I'm standing on is actually the split in the field between the two, and the little dot will indicate exactly where you're standing. So this will actually help you also determine the areas of high, low, medium health within the field. If you're going to keep this field of wheat, I'm going to suggest that you don't hesitate getting nitrogen on it in the spring. I suggest all up front, one application. The reason I say that is you get that nitrogen on this thinner wheat crop as quick as possible. It'll stimulate tillering and get it to really start throwing some shoots and grow tall. It'll also help make that decision easier if you are going to rip it up to put it back into corn. You've already got the nitrogen on for the coming corn crop. With that, don't hold back on anything else throughout the growing season. I don't want you to hold back on nitrogen. I don't want you to hold back on fungicides. A lot of people have contracted wheat for good prices. That's one reason. The second reason is, just because it's a little thinner doesn't mean that it should take less. It should still take as much, and you'll get as much out of it as it'll give you. So with that, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call. If you want to enroll with satellite imagery, its trial is available up until April 1st. And with that, all the best. See you soon with some seed.